Thinking about training in Thailand and you don't know what to expect?
Well, you're in luck. This video is going to answer all your questions. So Eli, what makes training in Thailand different compared to training in UK or America?
First of all, you will do a lot of running. There's no denying the fact that you will be running. Yeah, you wake up in the morning, your daily session will comprise of 2 sessions, a morning session and an afternoon session, and more time, you will run for both of them. So you wake up, you do about 3 to 5K depending on what gym you go to in the morning. So this could be about 6 o'clock in the morning. You'd come back, get your wraps on, do some stretching. From that point on, the gym that I was at, you either did some rounds on the bag and then a trainer would come up to you one by one and do 3 rounds of technique with you. These 3 rounds being 5 minutes long, all rounds being 5 minutes on the bag as well. So you do 5 minutes. So you could do 3 to 5 minutes on the bag, 3 to 5 rounds on the bag, be picked up by a trainer, do another 3 to 5 rounds. After that, they'll give you some drills on the bag. So whatever they've been teaching you in that little session that you've just had, it could be working on your left kick, then you'd go onto the bag or something and just strictly work the left kick.
Sounds crazy. But what I was saying, okay, so I'm Dylan.
And this is Eli.
With a Muay Thai, bro. So this sort of information like this, if this sounds like something you're interested in, behind the scenes stuff about learning stuff in Thailand, please like and subscribe and
comment down below of any suggestions you have and we'll try to answer them.
So if you like running, yeah, is it mandatory? If you don't like running, can I say, I don't like to run, They say, no. It's optional because
it is optional. It is optional. They won't. But you don't expect for them to put you down as fighters.
Yeah.
That's if you really want to push yourself out there, they expect you to run. It's an expected thing, but you don't have to do it. Depending on how long you're staying as well. Depends on how serious you are. But this is the training regime of a fighter out there, or what you can do to the max.
You don't have to go for the double session.
No. Everything's optional unless you're a fighter. So if you're just going to the gym and you're just a traveling farang, you can just go to whatever session you feel like. You can sleep in. You don't have to wake up in the morning and you don't have to go for runs.
Party before, no problem.
But don't expect them to push you. That's the kind of motto out there. Like they'll just leave you to your own demise. They won't really take as much interest as you if you're pushing yourself hard.
Yeah, because ultimately the question is, it depends on what sort of your goals. So just like you're gonna have different goals if you're a fighter and you want to get that good, Tiger Muay Thai camp and become really good at Muay Thai, or you're going there more as you want to get fit a bit in your Thailand holiday, you might as well, because it's the birthplace of Muay Thai, Thailand, so you might as well do a bit of Muay Thai. The gym's going to treat you differently.
Definitely. And there's some things that you could expect from a lot of gyms out there. For example, after every round you do 10 press-ups and 10 sit-ups. After doing your rounds on the pads in the morning and the afternoon, you'll most likely be doing press-ups, squats and burpees.
A lot of calisthenics, body weight.
Body weight, yeah. And then to finish off, you do rounds on the bag kicking. So 3 people on the bag, 50 kicks each side, and drills like that and so on. And then, just your standard core and ab exercises. So, after you've added all those things together, you've got a 2 hour, 2.5 hour, sometimes 3 hour session, including the running. And you do that twice a day.
So it's about 6 hours of work.
Yeah.
Do they have the day off, Sunday?
Yeah, they have Sunday. So you're doing 7 days where, or 6 days and you're resting on the 7th. To be fair though, some of them do run on a Sunday. It's not like a unheard of thing. They just do a lot of running.
So what would
there.
you say is the main differences between training in the UK or in the West compared to training in Thailand?
The biggest difference is the amount of time they have. This is what they do professionally and this is what they do for their job. The other difference is what they have access to. A lot of the gyms here will have access to weight sections, cardio areas and all that kind of stuff.
We already spoke about this, so if you want to know the reason why Muay Thai fighters are so skinny, take a look at that stream below, we answer this question. So yeah, as I said, but then you told me that if you're, for example, I want to go to Team Quest and it's about £250 a month, $250 a month, so it's expensive. But for what he's told me, you don't hold pads in Thailand.
No,
that's the
trainer. The trainer will always hold pads.
You don't hold pads. Change your learning experience?
Well, you're just always getting the highest level of pad holding. You're always going to be safe. You don't have to worry about the other person being a level below you. You're getting that creme de la creme
I guess the
of
bad
pad
thing
holding.
about that is you're not going to learn how to pad hold then, no? Obviously,
No,
you pad
that's-
hold between the Farangs, the foreigners, but then do you reckon there's a detriment because you're not learning how to hold it yourself?
I mean,
Someone's
pad holding
already-
itself is a
what
skill.
I'm
It's
saying.
great
It's
because
useful to
it
learn
helps you learn how to defend and catch different shots and so on, and gives you a feel for what it would be like in a fight, especially with the freestyle tire pads. But I think if you want to get good at holding pads first, it's always a good idea to learn how to hit the pads, because once you fully understand
You
learning how to hit the pads,
when someone's putting resistance,
you'll grasp the concept of how to catch the shots, because it's a higher skill for me personally, I believe. The rounds where you're holding pads, you're using it in a different productivity rate. You're using it on a bag. So it changes like that. So you get something out. It's not like you're losing anything. You're just working more on different skills.
So would you expect, would you have what the gyms look like? They're more like a big open air,
Yeah, a lot of
the gyms won't have roofs like you
No,
do.
it's not, and they're not indoor.
They're outdoors.
Yeah, they're like massive. They look like warehouses in
Like
the UK,
warehouses, yeah.
and they'll be open with a metal tin foil roof on the top. It's not really tin foil,
And
but
how much do you reckon you expect to pay?
they are ovens in there.
Ovens, yeah, hot. How
Very
much
hot.
do you reckon? The thing is, this is a difficult question because it's going to vary in the gym. I remember one of my friends who was out in Thailand. He was paying, a couple dollars a session. But
Yeah,
it depends where
definitely.
you are
It
in the
depends
gym.
and depends on what gym you're going to as well, how well renowned it is. If you're going to a commercial gym, that's going to increase the price. Depending on where you go as well, there's obviously certain spots, Phuket, Bangkok, Pattaya, they're going to be a little bit more expensive and touristy. But if you go up north to places like Chiang Mai or the provinces such as Isan region, you'll find training can be a lot cheaper out there for yourself.
So what's the standard like in the gym of the Farangs? So Farangs is foreigners. What is the standard like? Do you reckon, obviously you went to Santaya in it, so is there going to be a high, it depends standard like everywhere, depends on where you go.
Well, obviously the gym has its stable fighters that fight around the circuit in Thailand. They have Lumpini and Raja, regular fighters. So you get to train with that. So obviously that increases the level.
Of course.
And you get a very high level of Farang fighters that go out there, that fight in their home country and then go also out to stay for maybe a year or so and learn and fight out
Common
there.
practice.
Yeah,
basically.
I
A
mean,
lot of MMA fighters.
it's just because of the experience. A lot of fighters won't be able to get that level of fighting in their home country or have that many opponents or be able to fight that regularly. I mean, they fight once a month in Thailand, so unless you're exposed to circuits where in the US and the UK where you can fight once a month, you might not necessarily,
Yeah, if
get
you're-
that experience.
If you're looking to be fighting very consistently, then training in Thailand is a good thing.
Oh, definitely,
So
it's a benefit.
So we did another video about is Muay Thai good for MMA? We spoke about it. You can take a look in the screen up above and how a lot of MMA fighters go to Thailand to learn MMA. To learn Muay Thai. So if you're going there, you want to be a fighter, you want to go to Thailand, I don't think there's a better place on this earth to learn Muay Thai, is there? Of course not.
Definitely.
Okay, so spoke about more or less everything. Again, please like and subscribe and share because we're a small channel and we appreciate any help we can get. I'm Dylan
And this is Eli.
with the Muay Thai Bros.
Peace.